Hello and welcome back to BlueTube. It has been a while, but we are back. Sorry we've been gone. How long's it been now? I know we've done vlogs, but one of these.
Weeks, hasn't it?
Feels alien.
What was your name again? We've done a lot of vlogs down there, haven't we? And it's nice to be back in the garden in the spring. That's freezing cold. I've got the shorts on.
I know, yeah. I mean, that doesn't really make much
Balmy,
sense,
isn't
to
it?
be honest, does it? But yeah, so we're just going to get right into it, I suppose, and talk about the game yesterday in the 2-1 win against Stevenage. So immediately, what are your thoughts on that one?
Stevenage Borough.
Oh, we couldn't make it, could we, because of your job, because of work?
Yeah, and I had
Down
to
there.
pick. My dad's been in hospital, and thank God he's back home. So get well soon, Dad. I had to pick him up yesterday. The plan was we were going, but it all just fell apart at the end. But obviously, family comes first.
Yeah, of course.
So,
yeah.
yeah,
Someone else did that yesterday.
Yeah. But yes, Stevenage Borough. I was looking forward to the game. We did get to watch it on the TV. And it was one of them banana skin games, so we haven't done any preamble to this.
You should get a bingo
You know
card
that.
out for him here.
Yeah, you get how many banana skins until you get a prize? We'll have to slip that one in somewhere.
Yeah, just
The
get
dad
on with it,
jokes
yeah.
coming, so you can't get away from them, can you?
No.
No, 2-1 on the night. Should have been 2-0. But same story, isn't it? It's the same pattern of play. Absolutely dominate the first half. I'll go through the stats a bit later on. Not putting as many away as we would expect, I think, us, with the chances that we're creating, or the amount of times we're getting into the final third. What do you reckon? I mean,
Well, it's typical of Chris Davis to say on the one game that we missed that it was the most pleased he's been with our first half performance.
brilliant first half, wasn't it?
Yeah. Thought that we did really well, comprehensive, and a standout player. I imagine we'll go into this in a little bit more detail in a while. But Samstead, his first league start, I think, and he really took it with both hands. And
Do you
he
know
made
what?
the most of it, didn't he?
The lineups, like we said before, it doesn't matter who we bring in; they're all stepping up, aren't they? I mean, it was so different. I mean, I thought we'd really misled, but TGH steps in, does a fantastic job. He's playing his socks off, isn't he? Emil Hansen came in. We had let's go through the team. So Ryan Allsop's back in. We hadn't really touched upon him being out, but he wasn't out for long. With Samstead, Christoph Clara, Ben Davis, and Alex Cochrane, who doesn't miss a game hardly, does he?
No.
Touch wood. And then Tomoki Iwata with Paik Sung Ho, absolutely stalwarts in midfield, as we've said before. Kieran Dowell, Willem Willemsen, number 10. Emil Hansen on the left, who's really coming on a bundle as long as he stays fit. And Jay Stansfield up front, who we were scared about. We haven't even discussed any of this, have we? Really, we've touched upon it
A lot's
obviously on the
happened
vlogs.
and we've been away. We do apologise.
But let's get through it, because like dominated first half, should have been a few up. Get the penalty.
Thanks to Samstead as well. Neat
No-
play from Jay Stansfield, laying the ball
Yeah,
back to him.
yeah.
It all comes together quite tidily, doesn't it? It doesn't matter, like you just said, we can put anyone in and it just clicks, it just works.
It
The
does.
chemistry between the teams, some of the passing play that we're able to churn out, it's mesmerising stuff.
What do you make of Dowell taking the penalties?
Yeah, so this wasn't even something that was down to Chris Davis or any of the staff behind the scenes. It was the players. He mentioned this in one of the interviews after the game, and Chris Davis just basically said, look, it's down to the players, I don't mind.
As long as we score.
As long as they sort it out between themselves, fill your boots, whoever wants to take it can step up and take it. And I think it's clear to see why Kieran Dowell has been entrusted with the penalties.
Got a shot on him, hasn't
emphatic, yeah.
Got shots
Yeah.
on him. He's takes them really well. Both sides of the goal
But
in
do you know
2
what?
games.
Hats off to Jay Stansfield as well, because you're looking at a player there who's chasing the top scorer, chasing the golden boot for the season, and he gives up those penalties, which I'm not going to say they're easy goals, but they're a huge opportunity to get yourself up and rack up those goals on his tally, and he gives them to a fellow teammate. I think that says a lot about his character, doesn't it?
And what does it say about the squad?
Yeah, really
Squad's
tight.
just immense, isn't it?
If you're
That
Kieran
harmony.
Dowell, if you're here on loan and you're having this sort of camaraderie, I mean, he hasn't had the best time at Rangers, this is no secret. I think he gets to the summer, he heads back and thinks, you know what, I liked it at Birmingham. I'll go back.
I hope so.
Fighting the
Taking him into
Championship.
the championship. Most of this team we take to the championship, and I think we do really, really well in it. I'm
Absolutely.
not going to be silly and say like we go up as champions, but second. No, but let's just get this season out of the way. I mean, we're going to go up as champions. We're going to win the trophy as well at Wembley. We got our tickets sorted, so it's all looking good. But right, okay. Second half comes round. A little bit more dicey, but we've still got plenty of possession. I mean, overall, should I go through the stats now?
Well, let's give Stevenage their credit as well. Let's give them their respect. You know, they're a team that don't concede many goals, and that's been well documented, hasn't it?
Do you know what? I didn't know about that. So yeah,
Yeah, they don't concede many goals. Stevenage. They're not someone that you can just roll over as much as maybe you might do, and that's with all respect to Stevenage, of course. But yeah, they're not a bad side.
Good. Possession-wise, 73% overall to Blues, 27 to them. We had 10 total shots, 73%. I want to see a bit more of that, but it's the only negative I'm going to mention today. They actually had 11 shots.
There you go.
2 of ours on target, 4 of theirs on target. 599 Blues passes to their 217. We had 8 corners, they had 4. We had to make 3 saves, and Allsop's making some top quality saves when he's needed, just lately, isn't he? They made 1. 0 fouls committed, 0. I think this is just a stat that's not recorded.
I'd say you've gone through the most crucial stats anyway there.
But let me just have my little bit of time there, I'm going to mention now. 4 yellow cards for Blues, 1 to them. The ref was awful. I mean, because I watched the game with my dad, and when I came home last night, I was listening to WM, and even WM was saying how bad the ref was. Some of the decisions was just like... there was one incident, and I'm not going to dwell on about it too much, only about 10 minutes. No, I won't. Where there's a clear foul on Blues. Can't remember where it was on the right wing or something. And the ref's gone, and he's thought, so I didn't carry on. And it's just like, when you see that, when you see the referee thinking, I'm going to make a decision here, it's a foul, and then change his mind, you think, what's going through your mind to
do you know what he's
that?
done? He's seen us on Blue Tube and thought, do you know, I don't like how that Neil talks about my mates. Actually, play on.
Well, he's going to have to get used to it. So, where are we in the league, Ben?
No idea.
Yeah, we're top.
I think we're so far ahead now that you can actually see us encroaching on the championship if you look at the table.
Oh, it's just 82 points. Next is Wickham on 68 points.
Do you know, we probably should have looked into this before we started filming today, but I don't know mathematically how far off we are from confirming
someone
promotion.
told me this yesterday. Put it in the comments for us, because someone mentioned it yesterday. Was it on a comment or something? And it's not far off at all.
No,
but
it can't be.
You know, when you just want to look ahead, it doesn't matter what's going on, but just keep looking, and that's what I want us to do now.
Yeah.
Just push for the record points. That's what I want to get.
Yeah, I think we can get a maximum of 115 from this point onwards now.
Super.
That's what we can get. We've got 11 games left.
I mean, look at what happened to Bolton. Don't dwell on it too much, but there's going to be bad days, but few and far between. I can't remember the last season that it was this good. I really can't remember. I've just thoroughly enjoyed everything about this season. I have.
How do we even prepare for next season, do you think?
Oh, God. Do we want
Or
to
are we being naive and arrogant even thinking that far ahead?
Well, you look at the intention of what we want to do, like with the players that we know that's coming in, like Newman. What else have they got? I mean, because they're very, very cards close to the chest, aren't they? With Chris Davies, even with injuries, we don't know what's going on with players.
They don't look about either.
Can you imagine what's going on behind the scenes? Into?
Yeah.
Level up, championship, pushing on for the Premiership. We're being noticed by everybody, including players. Who can we attract? I mean, we've attracted some fantastic skill down here in League One.
Has to be said, yeah.
What are we going to get
more
in
about
the Championship?
It just goes to show that the ploy for joining Birmingham City is much more about the division that they reside in. It's about the project. People are starting to see that.
Love it,
They're thinking, new stadium, an owner that actually cares, which is crucial. Always has been, but in the modern game especially, because you really can see it now.
Yeah.
You get characters now in every single corner of a football club, and that includes the owners. Look at, I don't want to dwell on this too much, but and go off down a rabbit hole, but even if you look at the Glazers for Manchester United, or even if you look at Reading, and just two polar opposites.
You know who they are, don't you? Years ago, if you was to say to me, who was the chairman at such and such a time when you was a supporter, I'd be like, now, You can recall them straight away. For me, from the Sullivans. I mean, I remember the Kumars, and I remember it being a bit of a torrid time at the time. But you know what? Looking back, when you read up about it and what they were trying to do, they had a heart of gold, really, and they were trying to put blues on the map. I'm going down a rabbit warren now, aren't I? So, but the ones where you started noticing the owners was Sullivan and Golds. You know, they were sort of there, and they were like the big hype.
Yeah.
But Wagner, Tom, I want to put my arm around him and buy him a pint.
It's quite odd, and people might disagree with me for saying this, but when I see a story put out by either the Blues or even Tom himself on Instagram or social media, wherever it is, and you see that he's down there, it adds a little something for me because of the character that he is and the buzz that he brings to the club, because you know what he's done for Birmingham and how much he cares and how much he's committed and invested.
And what do you think Birmingham as a team and as us has done to him?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely been a bug that's certainly grown on him. I think he's become too attached.
Nowhere else in the league. I mean, I'm going to be biased, aren't I? Would he get this?
Yeah.
I mean, what he's given to us, I hope we've given back to him in another way, because he's just fallen in love with the Blues. That's how it looks. He's just like a blue nose. He's proper big blue nose.
Yeah.
He's really 100% in.
I think we can go on all day about, Tom Wagner, the ownership, this, that and the other, and everything going on in the background. But it's all good stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
And having said that, we should probably do a deep dive on Mr.
Yeah, we've got to do some more. We've been doing some research. We've got some set up, haven't we? We've just got to record them.
Yes.
Because I know people have given us good feedback about them. Even the people themselves. We spoke to Craig Gardner the other week, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Oh, God. But it was, yeah. We weren't like we were going to meet him or anything. It was in passing.
Yeah.
And we just got chatting, and we spoke about what we do, and we mentioned the deep dive, and he said that he'd seen it, and that was just great, isn't it? Because like we said before, this is all a hobby for us. We love doing it, and when you get good praise back like that, and he enjoyed it, didn't he? And we've got some more planned, and we've met the next one. I think the next one that we're doing. And we've got some really good stuff coming up. Hopefully before the end of the season, haven't we? Some things that we've arranged.
Well, yeah. In fact, you put me on the spot there, because I want to keep this a little bit more closer to the chest.
Oh, we will keep it. Yes.
But yeah, if we can get this one pushed across the line, we've had confirmation from the right people on this certain interview, but I've made it sound bigger than it is there already, haven't I?
I think it's great. It's something totally different, something that we haven't seen before, and we like doing things behind the scenes, and we like just mixing it up a little bit.
Venturing down avenues that the most people probably wouldn't think of. So yeah, that's all we'll say about that. Hopefully it actually happens. We've got a bit of a way to go, but we're venturing off well away from the Stevenage game here.
It's more like a catch-up, isn't it?
It really,
we beat Stevenage, move on.
Yeah, we have got a lot to catch up on with you guys, and we do apologise for being away for so long. I know we've kept up with the vlogs, but it's not as personal as the podcasts. One other thing that I wanted to say about the game, these guys are probably screaming at us. Paik got on the score sheet.
Yeah.
Scored his first goal of the season.
I think, was it last season he scored?
Against Norwich.
I've been waiting for Paik. Bake it would be if he was in South Korea.
I was going to say that earlier, yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. Well, when we spoke to him in person, he said that it's actually pronounced like a B, bake.
Yeah, because I asked if it was Peck. It's Peck, not Paik. I keep calling him Paik still. And we asked him, didn't we? Say, is it Paik or is it Peck? Anyway, it's Peck.
But in
He said, but if I was back home, the P is pronounced as a B.
B, yeah,
so
that's
Beck.
right. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting
So
stuff that you get from
whenever
talking
you're
to
chanting
players.
his name, start shouting Beck, and maybe that American singer from the 80s will turn up.
Well over my head. Go on, who are you referring to there?
What?
American singer in the 80s.
Oh, what was his song like? He was like this grungy type.
You said Beck, so you must know who it is you're referring to.
His name was Beck.
Is that it?
He was famous for having one of his songs on like the Microsoft startup. There's one for you. You'd be Googling it now. Beck, musician.
Right, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Shall we end it there?
Can do. Just wanted to mention before we do, got Northampton obviously coming up the weekend,
Yes.
haven't we? We owe Northampton. They ruined our weekend when we were at home to them. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I
So,
do.
should we get a quick prediction in? Because it's going to be tight to get the...
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to have time to turn around 2
Yeah.
videos before that game.
So if we get a prediction in
Ooh.
now, I'm going to quickly just say it's 2-0.
You reckon?
Yeah.
2-0. Goal
2-0
scorers?
to Northampton. Stansfield and May.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'd love, mate, to get
I've
back on the
seen
score sheet.
into
you
the
know.
future.
Um,
The future is blue.
um, you are proper cringe, you know. I'm going to say 2-0, and I'll give it to Stano and Clara, because he's going to score a header from corner.
It's about time, isn't it?
I know, I keep saying that, don't I?
gonna
So,
come true one
anyway,
day.
I think we'll end it there.
Yep.
If you remember our faces, if you remember us, we're still out there, we still exist. And we'll try and gain some sort of consistency with these. I don't know what we can really promise. We still haven't really found a structure, as you guys can tell. Sometimes we do vlogs, sometimes we'll stick to pre-match and post-match and previews and this, that and the other, deep dives and whatnot. We're trying to balance that around our own lives is quite difficult, but we're still here, we're still around. If there's anything that you do want to see from us, please let us know, and we'll be happy to accommodate you for certain stuff, all things Birmingham City.
And if you like what you see, drop us a little subscribe. It's absolutely free.
And it does help out, and a little like on the like button. Or tell us that we're pants and we just chat
And if you
waffle.
see us down the ground,
Him.
buy us a pint.
Well, even though we barely drink.
I'm on a diet.
All right, and anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It's good to be back, and hopefully we'll start seeing you a little bit more consistently in these little rocking chairs. I'll see you on the next one.